So moods. Number 1 is emotional, followed by reflective, then dark, and then finally sad for my top 4 moods. Yeah. Hello, welcome to the space. Glad to have you here. My name is MT, and today I am going to be doing the booktuber tag. Alright, so some background is this video was originally created by someone named Brenda C back in February of 2014, and since then apparently that video has been unlisted, but the tag lives on in various forms and iterations. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get on into it. So there are a few questions here that I'm going to be answering, and before we get into it, I hope you grab yourself a snack, some water, and yeah, hope you enjoy the ride. Okay, question number 1. Why did you start this channel? I feel like I started this channel as a means to really challenge myself. I enjoy reading a lot, especially as a youth, but I just haven't been able to carve out the time to actually do it. And I feel like by creating a booktube channel and combining my love of reading with my other interests such as video creation and editing, it would be a good way for me to challenge myself and be consistent. So yeah, that's why I started this channel. Number 2, what are some fun and unique things you bring to booktube? I feel like there are so many great creatives in the booktube community, but the one thing I find in common is that aside from booktube itself, everyone has their own interests that they bridge with booktube. For example, like I love K-pop, I love music, I love curating playlists and mood boards, and so maybe doing a video on book recommendations based off of a certain mood or a certain song or playlist is something that I'm looking forward to bringing into the space, especially because I'm also really into K-pop, so that might be a fun avenue to explore with this booktube channel. So yeah, and then number 3 is, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I guess building a community, finding other like-minded folks, being able to exchange and share book recommendations, and just yap, because God knows I love to yap about stuff, especially books. So it's another outlet for me to share what I'm going through, what I'm reading, and yeah. Okay, let's go on to number 4. Why do you love reading? This is such a hard question to answer. I love reading, one, because of the escapist aspect of things. Like, I'm definitely one of those people, while I'm reading, the scene plays out in my head. Like, it's like a whole movie going on when I read a book, and it's so fun and it's so exciting. And, you know, it's just a way for me to take a break from reality and put myself in a different universe for a bit. And also just to broaden my perspectives, like learning about what different communities experience and what things shape their overall perspective on the world really intrigue me, so that's also why I love reading. Okay, now let's go into number 5. What is a book or series that got you into reading? Man, I think I'm gonna throw it way back to kindergarten, where the first series I was consistently on top of was the Amelia Bedelia series. Like, Amelia Bedelia, that is my girl. She is an icon. Like, I remember being a young kid and just like, there's no way she can top the ridiculousness of the last book I read. There's no way. And then she does every time. Like, she's a comedic genius. And I feel like my love of Amelia Bedelia has definitely like shaped my humor as an adult. I love it. But also there was the Magic Tree House, which was also really great. Very Sagittarian energy for me, and I loved it. And yes, I am a Sagittarius. So yeah, those were the series that really got me into reading as a young child. Number 6 is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? My favorite booktuber at the moment is Carrie Can Read. I think her channel is so fun, and the way she like brings together her different interests and presents book recommendations and what she's reading in such a fun way is really admirable. If I were to ask her anything, it'd probably be like her organization system in terms of like organizing what books and like she's going to be reading, or organizing the kind of videos. Like that whole process really intrigues me. So if she ever watches this, I hope she makes a video on it if she hasn't already. So yeah. And then number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? This is so funny because it definitely overlaps, or my answer overlaps with within the first few questions of like just challenging myself and being consistent with it is, I think, going to be the hardest thing, because I am an adult working a 9-to-5 job. So carving out the time to not only read, but to gather my thoughts and then format or write for the video and then record the video and edit it, like that whole creative process is going to be a fun challenge, especially if I want to be consistent with it, which is truly the goal. But yeah. And number 8, when did you start reading? For me, like, what? Okay, obviously I started reading around kindergarten-ish, but I didn't get into the habit of reading until, I want to say, middle school. Maybe 6th grade or 7th grade is when I would actually go to the public library, look at the different shelves, pick up a book, and go from there. Like, I was just grinding through those books. It was great. Like, I was a force to be reckoned with how much I read as a youth. And it's so sad that that isn't the case anymore. Which also plays into why I started this booktube channel. So yeah. Okay, question number 9, where do you read? Right here, my friends. This is where the magic happens. We got Wuto, we got Cookie, we got RJ, we got RJ again, and then we have Unmasked Mong right here. These are my buddies who accompany me while I read in this little corner here. Yeah, I definitely prioritize comfort, like I'm pretty sure everyone does when they read, and I do like to read in very quiet environments, so it is possible for me to read while on a plane ride or on the bus or whatever, but I just need to put in earplugs because of the fact that it has to be quiet for me to read. I get easily distracted, it's so bad. Hopefully I can work through that, but yeah, this is where I read. She's so comfortable. I also got like one of those reading pillows behind me from Target. It's great. I just crawl into this little corner like this, lean back, put up my book here, and just go for it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is where I read. Okay, number 10. What kind of books do you love to read? Oh, it says like, but I'll just go with love. What can I say? I am a literary fiction reader through and through. I do enjoy nonfiction from time to time, of course, and I am trying to branch out and read more poetry, but for the overwhelming majority of the books I've read are literary fiction. And actually, let me pull up my story graph too, because I feel like that is a fun representation of my reading style and what I like to read. So moods. Number 1 is emotional, followed by reflective, then dark, and then finally sad for my top 4 moods. Yeah, I love reading about the human condition, which I guess could sound like pretentious, but I really love character-driven books. I think it's just so fun, and it really makes me sit back and think about like, oh, what would I do if I were in that situation? You know what I mean? And then in terms of genres, I will also put a screenshot of this up there, but the first one, literary fiction, followed by YA, and then contemporary, and then classics for my top 4. And then, yeah, you can go ahead and see the rest there. And yeah, so that is what I like to read. What else do I like to read? I love found family. Like, you tell me there's found family in this book, I'm absolutely there. I am at its door, actually. And what else do I love? I love when it comes to, like, romance, like academic rivals to lovers. That is my jam. I love that. And this might be a hot take, but I love forced proximity and enemies to lovers. I think that's amazing. I eat it up so much. Like, yeah. So those are the kinds of things I enjoy reading. And then there is an 11th question. It says sometimes done in parentheses, but I'll do it anyway. So what does your book collection look like? It looks like a little mess, or little piles of a mess. So I don't have an entire shelf dedicated to my books yet. I will eventually, but I am also trying to downsize my books. I'm only trying to keep the ones that I absolutely love and curate my own little library. So yeah, that is what my book collection sounds like. I can also insert clips. I mean, I have this bedside table with a bunch of books just stuffed into the undershelf, and then I have next to my bed a shelf of books that I'm trying to prioritize reading, but of course I'm terrible at getting through my TBR. So yeah, stay tuned for this channel to see if I actually get through everything. Like I said, a good challenge, but I'm up for it. But yeah, sorry for rambling. Okay, anyway, back onto topic. So that was my booktube tag. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider subscribing to stay connected and to catch you in the next one. So yeah, that's all I got for today, and I will see you later. I hope you take care. So, bye!